DJ Sodacat! Today is October 12th, and if you happen to have a birthday today, you're also sharing your birthday with DJ Sodacat, but you're also sharing it with the following people.
Happy Fursuit Friday!
That's tomorrow. It's today, October 12th. Tomorrow's Fursuit Friday.
Happy birthday, DJ Sodacat!
So, first on the list, we're trying something a little different here. First on the list is Hiroyuki Sanada, who turns 63. He is known for such films as Ringu, that's the Japanese one, not the American one, The Last Samurai, Rush Hour 3, Speed Racer. He was in Lost as well. He's in The Wolverine, 47 Ronin, Mortal Kombat 2021, Army of the Dead, Bullet Train, and John Wick Chapter 4.
Yes. If you need help noticing him in any of those, he is, at least in some of those. Let's go with Bullet Train. He's one of the big, sort of big guys in, not quite big bad.
Okay.
But he's also in a car commercial, and I forgot to check which one.
Okay. But yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. I definitely say he's fairly memorable in most of those movies. I've not seen Ringu or 47 Ronin, but I've seen all the others.
He was a Scorpion.
Well, actually, I haven't seen
in Mortal
Racer.
Kombat.
But anyway, yeah. Next, Hugh Jackman, who turns 55. Of course, everyone knows he's Wolverine. He's also starred in Kate and Leopold, Van Helsing, The Prestige, Flushed Away, Real Steel, Rise of the Guardians as Bunnymund, Les Miserables, Prisoners, Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb as King Arthur, the movie Pan as Blackbeard, and The Greatest Showman as P.T. Barnum. Next is Kirk Cameron, who turns 53 today. He is best known as Mike Seaver in Growing Pains and all other Growing Pains related media.
And basically nothing else worth looking into.
Yeah, that's about it. I couldn't really find anything that he apparently appeared on Full House, but not as any significant characters that I could find.
He got a little wacky-do with his beliefs.
Oh, okay. Next is Brian J. Smith, who turns 42. He is known for playing Matthew Scott in Stargate Universe and Stargate Universe Kino, as well as Will Gorski in Sense8.
Yes. He's one of the, obviously in Sense8, he's one of the main characters, if not the main, but I mean, there were 8 of them, so.
Oh, that's the 8.
The thing, is cluster of 8 people, because that's what they would have, and he was one of the main guys. I believe he was a cop. It's been a while since I've seen Sense8. And he was one of the military guys in Stargate Universe, as you mentioned.
Yes. Next is Josh Hutcherson, who turns 31. He is known for playing Walter Budwing in Zathura, Jesse Aarons in Bridge of Terabithia, Sean Anderson in Journey to the Center of the Earth 3D and Journey to the Mysterious Island, Peeta Mellark in the Hunger Games franchise, Elliot the Littlest Reindeer as Elliot, Josh Futterman in Hulu's Future Man,
Yes!
Shinjiro Hayata in Netflix's Ultraman, and is playing Mike Schmidt in the upcoming FNAF movie.
Yes, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
And yeah, I know him most prominently from Hulu's Future Man. It was a Seth Rogen-led production. Yeah, basically plays a video game, and people in the future are like, hey, you beat the video game, you gotta help us fight Future War. And then it's just about everybody involved basically being a huge idiot.
So wait,
up.
Is this like a better version of The Last Starfighter?
It is a comical version of The Last Starfighter.
Awesome.
Like, not serious at all. It's Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
I enjoyed the last movie we saw that he made.
Yeah.
The Ninja Turtles one.
Yes, it is very kind of weird.
But yeah, it's kind of neat that he started off as a child actor, being the little kid in Zathura and the main character in Bridge of Terabithia. And, then he got a big break with the Hunger Games movies. But yeah, I need to check out this Elliot the Littlest Reindeer. It's an animated Christmas movie there. But anyhow, next, Nathaniel Bandy turns 30, whose YouTube channel has 1.23 million subscribers and over 1,000 videos. Michael Myers turns 27. Not that Michael Myers, or that other Michael Myers. This is the MMA fighter nicknamed Bullet Kicks. I just thought it was amusing that they'd still have they wouldn't have changed their name to something a little more unique. But yeah, Michael Myers turns 27. Next is Raymond Ochoa, who turns 22. They are the voice of Arlo, the Good Dinosaur. I believe that is the Good Dinosaur himself. And Gabriel Garcia in The Walking Dead: A New Frontier game. They've been in a handful of other things, but those are the two big ones, I'd say. I
like dinosaurs. You know, my ancestors were dinosaurs.
Yes. Next, Iris Apatow turns 21, the youngest daughter of director Judd Apatow. She has appeared in her dad's movies, Knocked Up, Funny People, This Is 40, and The Bubble. I have never heard of The Bubble. Apparently it's a fairly new movie. As well as a few small voice roles in Sausage Party, which I don't believe was a Judd Apatow movie. Next, Darcy Lynn Farmer, who turns 19. Hard to believe. She was just a little girl a few years ago. She was a young ventriloquist who won America's Got Talent season 12.
Oh man, I do a little bit of ventriloquism. I could talk. I could throw my voice. Check it out. Happy birthday, DJ Sodacat. Look, my beak's not moving. It's so good. I'm so good, right?
All right, and now for those that we've lost, Dusty Rhodes, who was born in 1945 and died in 2015. He was 69.
Is he the wrestler?
He would have been 78 and is known as the American Dream. He was a 3-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, it is the wrestler.
Yeah, I used to love watching him grow up. I'm sorry, watching him while I was growing up. I had a weird scar, I think, on his belly or something. But yeah, rather large.
I thought it was interesting that they mentioned that his doughy appearance.
Yes, because a lot of wrestlers, most wrestlers, even wrestlers like King Kong Bundy, who are a little heavier, had a muscular physique. Mm-hmm. Whereas Dusty Rhodes did not really have a noticeably muscular physique. It was hidden under...
Lots of fat.
Yes, his doughy body. But oh my gosh, was he fun to watch.
Next, Luciano Pavarotti, who was born in 1935 and died in 2007. He was 71, and if he were alive today, he would be 88. Famously the Italian member of the Three Tenors, along with Spaniards Placido Domingo and Jose Carreras. He also had the nickname the King of the High Seas.
Yes, he had an amazing voice. There really is not.
Yes.
Really, there's nobody else like him. That's as popular anyway.
Yes.
There's probably somebody somewhere.
But yeah, definitely, if you've heard of if you've heard of anybody of them, you most likely heard of Pavarotti. He's definitely the biggest of the three, or was. I'm not sure if the other two have passed away, but he's gone.
Sorry.
And lastly, Aleister Crowley, who was born in 1875 and died in 1947. He was 72, and if he were somehow alive today, which, you know, with his mystical artsy, he could be, he would have been age 148. He was an English occultist, philosopher, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer. He was also the subject of Ozzy Osbourne's song, Mr. Crowley.
Yes, you know, without reading the whole thing, right when I saw Aleister Crowley, I immediately thought, Mr. Crowley, dun, dun, dun. And I was like, oh, that is the guy. Also, not the same Crowley from Supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he also appeared as a character in flashbacks in the Venture Brothers as a member of the original guild.
Ah.
It would become the Guild of Calamus and 10. Anyhow, those were birthdays. Following our list of things that happened in history on this day. So if you were born on October 12th, these things happened on your birthday. In 1492, Wait, did I skip one? I feel like I skipped one.
No, I think that's where you started.
There we go. In 1279, Nichiren, a Japanese Buddhist monk, a founder of Nichiren Buddhism, inscribed the Dai Gohonzon. I probably butchered that, but maybe I didn't. I wanted to put that one first because I feel like anything that happened before this next one is probably more important. Plus, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know I love putting anything Japanese. 1492, Christopher Columbus's expedition makes landfall on a Caribbean island named San Salvador, likely Watling Island, Bahamas. The explorer believes he has reached East Asia.
Yes, he actually never set foot on any version of America, even accounting. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. Terrible person.
Do we not? Is Bahamas not a U.S. territory?
Oh, maybe these days, but it's not. Yeah, I guess if you want to argue that point, then
at least I think it is. I'm not 100% on that one. But anyhow.
Indigenous people say.
Yes. In 1609, a children's rhyme Three Blind Mice is published in London in a book edited by and possibly written by Thomas Ravenscroft.
Ooh, that's a kind of bird.
I'm wondering if he's any relation to Thurl.
My name is Thurl.
Do you not know what the Ravenscroft is?
Is it a Marvel Comics thing?
No, he's a real person. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
So that's actually Dr. Seuss. Oh, Tony the Tiger.
Yes, he's original voice Tony the Tiger.
He used to do the Spanish commercials as well for the Spanish dubs for the
Frosted Flakes?
Frosted Flakes commercials.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, and because he was
there, mucho gusto.
It was actually no, he had a word that he could roll the R sound.
I don't know. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I'll have to look into that. Next, in 1792, the first celebration of Columbus Day in the United States is held in New York.
Indigenous Peoples Day now.
Yes, as it should be. Yeah. But it's still history.
Yes, this is
still
true.
Something to know. In 1859, a self-proclaimed emperor of the United States of America, Emperor Norton, issues edict abolishing the U.S. Congress.
Did it work?
I have no idea how that ended up in a list of history things, but I thought it was too funny not to include. 1871, U.S. President Grant condemns the Ku Klux Klan. Took a long time for them to finally say they're bad. I'm pretty sure that there were probably at least one president or person trying to become president probably said, we like you guys, we want your vote.
That would absolutely happen.
So it's like, yeah, the fact that he, went out there and said, no, they're bad, they should not be a thing, or whatever he said, I don't know. He condemned them, so that's all I know. Anyhow, in 1892, a U.S. Pledge of Allegiance is first recited in public schools during Columbus Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day now.
Did you ever have to say the Pledge of Allegiance in school? Because I'm sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible is the original one, with liberty and justice for all. They added "and God" later because indoctrination. So
then in 1900, the first modern submarine is commissioned by the U.S. Navy as the USS Holland, renamed for designer John Philip Holland.
And he's the one that made that sauce, the Hollandaise sauce. Right?
That's
why we celebrate Holland's Day.
In the next year, 1901, Theodore Roosevelt renames the Executive Mansion as the White House. So yeah, it's hard to believe, but apparently 1900 and sooner, that place was just called Executive Mansion. And we know it now as the White House thanks to Teddy Roosevelt. In 1915, the Ford Motor Company, under Henry Ford, manufactures its 1 millionth automobile at the River Rogue plant in Detroit.
Neat.
So yeah, already had at least 1 million cars as of 1915. Yeah. Although I don't know if they were all operating, but they at least had manufactured that many.
Oh yeah, that's true. I heard also during it'd be a few decades later, or maybe a decade. Well, anyway, during the Depression, that he kept wages. He even increased some people's wages to help fight against it.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I don't know how.
I've heard some terrible things about that guy, so it's good to hear that at least he did some good things. In 1928, the first use of the iron lung in Boston Children's Hospital.
Yes. You ever look up the people that still need one these days?
Really? They're still a thing? Oh, wow.
It's extremely rare. They're not really a thing. They have to buy vintage ones and fix them up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I watched a couple. Check it out on YouTube. There's some fascinating stories.
But after you finish watching this video.
Yes. Watch this one and then all the others on the channel. And then if there's time.
1931, Christ the Redeemer statue opens, standing 30 meters high or 98 feet on top of Mount Corcovado, overlooking Rio de Janeiro, built by engineer Heitor da Silva Costa.
Yeah, it's a very iconic T-pose.
Yes, the very first T-pose. Probably.
I don't know. It's such a basic pose. It's probably... Anyway.
In 1933, Alcatraz becomes a federal prison, unofficially.
Oh, yeah. I saw Alcatraz. I didn't go to it, but I got to see it. It was like, there it is. We were in, San Francisco?
And
we were near the bridge.
On that same day, gangster George Francis Barnes, a.k.a. Machine Gun Kelly, who's been mentioned on this channel before, is sentenced to life imprisonment, and John Dillinger escapes from jail in Allen County, Ohio. So, it's a pretty eventful day. And 11 years later, 1944, Columbus Day riot. 30,000 fans descend on New York City's Times Square for singer Frank Sinatra's performance at Paramount Theater. The capacity was 3,500.
Wow.
So
9 times.
Yeah.
Over 9 times the capacity.
It's a lot of people wanted to see old Blue Eyes there.
On what would now be known as Indigenous Peoples Day. I'm going to say it every time.
As you should. 1950, The George Burns and Gracie Allen Show debuts on CBS television and airs until 1958. In 1957, the first commercial flight between California and Antarctica. Don't ask me who was flying to Antarctica. 1960, John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon's third presidential debate happened. And Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev bangs his shoe on a desk in UN General Assembly session. That was a pretty famous
he was trying to kill a bug?
Yeah, probably.
Now I feel terrible, because now it's like, hey, serious politics, and I'm making light of it.
In 1963, San Francisco's Oakland Bay Bridge is converted to one-way on each deck. In 1969, Soviets...
Oh, one way. I thought you said one wing.
Oh, I'm sorry. In 1969, good year, the Soviet spacecraft Soyuz 7 is launched from Baikonur Cosmodrome in southern Kazakhstan. It is the first time 5 people are in space simultaneously with the Soyuz 6 and Soyuz 7.
Oh, nice. Are they related? Are they like that My Hero character, Suyu?
No. It's Soyuz. Soyez.
Also known as Frothy.
Yes, I love that character. 1971, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's rock opera Jesus Christ Superstar, starring Jeff Feinholt and Ben Vereen.
No, that's Ben Vereen.
Ben Vereen! Oh my God, Ben Vereen. The Brain mentioned him in a spell in an episode.
Yes, he does. Amazing dancer, even by today's standard. Go check him out, Ben Vereen.
Starring Jeff Feinholt and Ben Vereen, opens at Mark Hellinger Theater in New York City and runs for 711 performances. It's a long run.
1,000? Huh? Couldn't go for 1,000?
In 1973, U.S. President Richard Nixon nominates Gerald Ford to replace Spiro T. Agnew as vice president.
Cool.
And they would go on to become the president after Nixon was ousted.
Yes.
In 1977, the 4th test of the Space Shuttle Enterprise. And Psychic Romark attempts to drive blindfolded and smashes into a cop van.
Surprise, surprise. Somebody didn't use their eyes and tried to use magical powers to navigate.
It did not say whether they died or if anybody else was hurt. But I assumed that means that nobody was seriously injured.
I would assume.
But I thought that was too hilarious not to mention.
But
especially considering your rather famous stance of being anti-psychic anything IRL.
Yes, because it's not real. Spoilers for life. But psychic powers are not real.
At least yet.
Not yet. They would have to involve magic, which is also not real. Except for what Lionel does. That's real.
Yes. In 1979, Boston Celtics guard Chris Ford scores first three-point basket in NBA history in the first quarter with 114-106 win versus Houston at Boston Garden. Game also marks the debut of Boston rookie Larry Bird. Larry Bird.
King of the three-pointers, and he's a bird.
He's maybe king, but he wasn't the first, evidently. Chris Ford was the first.
Larry Bird was the most important bird.
As well as
history.
Future Basketball Hall of Fame forward Magic Johnson makes his debut for Los Angeles Lakers at the San Diego Clippers. Lakers win 103-102. Yeah. Dang, those games really scored high, even back then. Then in 1981, Marlowe opens at the Rialto Theater in New York City for 48 performances. We saw the movie based on Marlowe. At least I'm assuming it's the same Marlowe. I did not investigate further. The 15th Country Music Association Awards, Barbara Mandrell and George Jones win. Never heard of George Jones, but definitely feel like I've heard of Barbara Mandrell.
Yeah. She fought the X in one of the Mega Man X games. Yeah, it was Spark Mandrell.
Then in 1986, also a good year, Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and, or should I say, Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom and Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, visit the People's Republic of China. And presumably, they left alive, seeing as how she only just passed away last year. In 1987, the 21st Country Music Association Awards, Hank Williams Jr. wins. George Harrison also released a single, Get My Mind Set on You.
I got my mind set on you.
I got my mind set on you. Yeah, we're not.
And it's gonna take money.
A whole lot of spending money.
It's gonna take plenty of money. Ooh, to do it, 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 right, child. Woo!
So yeah, he released that single and becomes the third solo #1 hit and the last chart topper of any of the Beatles.
Yes, a really fun song. If you can't tell, I really enjoy it. And he would not dance in the video, so they made everything on the set move.
Really? Wow.
The only time he dances is in shadow. Yep. VH1 pop-up video.
1988, George H.W. Bush and Michael Dukakis meet in their second presidential debate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Dukakis.
Okay. In 1992, Bret the Hitman Hart beats Ric Flair for the WWF Heavyweight title.
Woo!
Yeah, except he lost though. What's Bret Hitman Hart's thing?
I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever was. Wait, that's not him. Wait, who is that him? Who said that one?
I don't know. I don't.
No,
I'm not the.
I don't know what Bret Hart had.
Fan.
I think he was more like a no nonsense guy outside of the Hart Federation.
I wonder who.
Hart Foundation.
I wonder how many people he killed. He says that he's a hitman. All right. Next, in 1996, Farm Aid 9 held in Columbia, South Carolina. Performers include Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Hootie and the Blowfish, the Beach Boys, Son Volt, never heard of them, Robert Earl Key, never heard of them either, Martina McBride, Jewel, and John Conley. Whose name sounds kind of familiar. But yeah, so many big names. Next, in 1999, the day of 6 billion, the proclaimed 6 billionth living human in the world is born.
What number?
What? 6 billion?
Oh, I thought you said 6 million.
No, billion with a B.
And I was right. It was Bret Hart was the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Oh, thank goodness. That was his catchphrase thing.
Then in 2008, Anna Kournikova and Andy Roddick defeat Martina Navratilova and Jessie Levine in a match for charity, raising over $400,000 for the Elton John AIDS Foundation and Atlanta AIDS Partnership Fund.
I do not want Elton John's AIDS.
Moving on. In 2016, James Charles, who is only 17, becomes the first male face of the makeup label CoverGirl.
Yes, very fascinating. I remember them being on the commercial, and unfortunately, in recent history, he's or they have been involved in some rather unfortunate dealings.
Oh,
but
no.
yeah. We'll see how it turns out. Things are still ongoing.
Okay. In 2017, a long-lost bust of Napoleon by Auguste Rodin, confirmed found in Madison Borough Hall in New Jersey, and is worth at least $4 million. Or should I say $4 million? No, probably not. In 2019, California is the first United States state to pass the law banning the sale and manufacture of new fur products.
Woo!
So yeah, that was a thing.
Wearing fur is bad. Growing it on your body like we did, my furry feathers and Sakanko's green fur, moss fur.
It's okay. You can call me Moss.
Yeah, Moss.
And finally, in 2022, American conspiracy theorist, radio host, and provocateur Alex Jones is ordered by a Connecticut defamatory trial jury to pay $965 million to families of the Sandy Hook case because he apparently kept claiming that they were actors and faking it and going on and on about how like it wasn't real or crap like that. And it's like, are you kidding me? How dumb do you have to be saying this crap? And yeah, he's paying out the butt to these people.
Yes. And I would like to say that crisis actors as a thing are real, but they're actually usually involved in reenacting situations and are to help train people on how to deal with crises. So that is a completely separate thing than what he's claiming, that they're just people who pretend there's a crisis for notoriety, which is not a thing that's ever been proven to actually exist in the modern era. But I could say that we're almost to the end.
Yes.
That this is we usually have some. I don't want it to be too negative, but I think the positive is this guy's getting justice, some sliver of justice served against him.
Yeah, he's pretty much done. He's bankrupt.
Yeah, he's deserving what he's getting, and a lot worse. So it's nice to know
justice is finally served.
Yes.
And lastly, General Assembly passed a resolution condemning Russia's attempt annexation of Ukrainian territory.
Also a crazy one to go out on.
Yeah, but that's what happened last year.
But also it's another thing. Hey, this is one tiny step towards continuing to help fix the situation that's going on. It's crazy. There's a lot more to it, but too much to unpack in a happy birthday video.
Yes, happy birthday, DJ Sodacat.
So we should have sodas to celebrate the Sodacat. How do we not have sodas? Here's a Diet Coke that's also caffeine free. I need a caffeine one to feed my possible ADHD here.
Okay.
I'm going to keep going. You can finish the video. I'm going to help me some Coke.
Well, I'm going to eat my bamboo. But yes, happy birthday, DJ Sodacat. Hope you enjoyed the video. And anybody else who's watching this, if you happen to have your birthday today, I hope you enjoyed the video as well. And we've got more birthday videos that are planned to come up in the next few days, including a certain... Okay, wow.
That's how birds drink water.
Oh.
Did you know, Chicago?
Okay.
And
but yeah, a certain red echidna that we know.
Oh!
His birthday's coming up in a few days.
Stephen.
Well, no.
Charles. Sakanko the fan dog.
No, not the echidna. What are you talking about? Not a fox echidna.
Oh!
But anyhow, thanks for watching, and
is it me?
And we'll see you later.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
Bye.